PM Rowley. Hunte playing senior counsel. Why, with a membership of over 100,000 people in the People's National Movement, one person is being treated as the bellwether? The question was asked by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley in dismissing the contention made by former Minister Robert Hunte that the current party officers whose terms of office are due to expire in December should not participate in the candidate selection process. He is playing senior counsel, the PM quipped in an interview with the Express last week. He added, "Let me just say something. I have been in the PNM for almost 50 years, and that does not give me any special status as a member, but it does give me a view of the landscape and an experience in the organization. If the party by the competent authority, the General Counsel, which is the highest decision-maker outside of a convention, takes the position that this is an election year, and it would not hold internal party elections, what is the issue with that? It does not put the PNM democratically in any jeopardy. It puts the PNM in a position, if I may use the word electorally, to keep its powder dry, its options open, and the road clear towards a national election. To the view that the original decision of the leadership to postpone the election had not been properly made or was not in keeping with the party's constitution, since the announcement about the postponement was made to the public preceding the ratification by the General Counsel, the Prime Minister said that, as Prime Minister and head of the cabinet, which meets every Thursday, he is called up many times to approve action within the government system, which then goes to the cabinet for final approval or ratification. I signed many cabinet notes, put my signature on it, marked approved, knowing that that approval will have to go before the cabinet, and the cabinet would be told that action on such and such day was required, and that as Prime Minister, in the country's interest, I approved the action to go forward. Sometimes a permanent secretary may have done something, or a minister in a ministry, and you look at what was done when it comes for ratification. If you don't ratify it, then the action remains unauthorized, he said, adding, ratification takes place every day in this country because decisions sometimes come up so suddenly that to not approve, subject to ratification, is to allow a situation to develop which could have dire consequences. And to avoid that, an authority does something pending ratification. Rowley stressed that at the end of the process to postpone the internal elections, the General Counsel ratified the decision by 76 votes in favor to 1 against and 4 abstentions. He said it was nonsense, therefore, to make an issue of the fact that one person did not agree with the decision. That is democracy, he said. He added that the PNM General Counsel is a place where people distill their views, bring their complaints, and sometimes it is very emotive. And the party listens, imbibes, and takes decisions, he added. When that decision, to postpone the internal elections, was taken, as a matter of fact, many people were looking at the possibility of a December 2024 election. A general election requires cohesion, while a party election can be divisive. The PNM has a serious leadership. We didn't survive as a party for 60-odd years by just listening to the likes of some commentators and 1 or 2 disgruntled party members who believe that their personal opportunity might be affected, he said. He also pointed out that when he talked to the members of the PNM leadership about the postponement of the internal elections, there were no dissenting voices. No regrets. Asked whether he regretted some of the constitutional changes made to the PNM Constitution, such as the removal of the political leader's veto over candidates, Rowley said, "No, as a matter of fact, I'm now more convinced that those were good decisions. The political leader is still the chairman of the screening committee. And if as chairman I can't carry along my members if need be, then maybe I should not carry them there. If you are going to be a successful party and a successful leader, you have to be able to deal with all these situations. So I have no regrets. I am quite happy that we reduced the term of the political leader from 5 years to 4 years because it gives an opportunity in a shorter time frame to evaluate and decide whither goest thou. I am happy that the one man, one vote was introduced. Those are deep democratic arrangements in the PNM Constitution." He said editorial writers always try to equate the PNM with the UNC. But, he said, the UNC had no convention, no election, and they had officers in place beyond term limit for months. We know we are held to a higher standard, and we do rise to a higher standard all the time. And the facts will bear that out. But this is the season where everybody figures they'll get their 2 cents in, and the 15 minutes of fame, as is happening, he said.